You know another guy who's more conservative than Joe Biden or Jeff Flake, for that matter, or a lot of the people we were told were conservative before the last several years? Kanye West. Kanye West, who, oh my gosh, when Kanye first kind of came onto the political scene, started saying political things, so how many sophisticated conservatives said, oh my gosh, stop it. Go away, Kanye. We don't want to hear from you. Oh, Kanye, oh, this is so embarrassing. We're fancy people. We go to think tanks and eat boxed lunches. And we sip Chablis. We don't need to be listening from Kanye. How embarrassing. Well, guess what? Turns out Kanye West is more conservative than the vast majority of elected Republicans because he actually understands what the problem is, and he's willing to go places that a lot of conservatives would not. So you remember Nick Cannon, he was that kind of ex-child star. I guess he's still on some TV shows or something. Nick Cannon made these comments a few weeks ago where he was criticizing the Jews and he was calling white people animals and saying they didn't have souls and really toxic stuff. He almost got canceled for it, except because his racism was directed at white people and Jews. It didn't really stick, and I think he was able to keep most of his employment. So Kanye West decides to go on this show, not to agree with Nick Cannon, but to show him issues with his political views and to try to bring him over to a more conservative point of view. And he focused in with brilliant precision on Planned Parenthood.
In 50 years, there's been 22 million, over 22,500,000 black people aborted strategically and on purpose. Planned Parenthood was set up and placed in minority communities to kill black people.
You talking about when Margaret Sanger, the originator of Planned Parenthood at the time, because a lot of people, when you say things like that, in their defense, they say, well, Planned Parenthood today is a different organization, but what you
Here we go.
But what
Margaret
you cannot
Sanger
deny is these facts that Ye is about to give you right now.
Here we go. Margaret Sanger, the founder of Planned Parenthood, was an avowed racist whose goal was to reduce the black population in America, and she succeeded. 80% of abortion clinics in America are in minority neighborhoods. Over 22,500,000 black babies have been aborted in 50 years.
So those numbers are undeniable. Statistics, I guess. Sometimes we can use statistics when they serve our purposes, but we should be careful about statistics because statistics get manipulated by social scientists. But those numbers are hard to deny. We do know the number of babies who have been killed. We do know that Planned Parenthood was strategically placed in minority neighborhoods. We do know that Margaret Sanger was a racist. You know, obviously that word now has kind of lost all meaning, but whatever meaning it once had, certainly she qualifies. There's a quote that goes around all the time from Margaret Sanger that says we don't want word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population. And what the left responds to that is they'll say, oh, she was being ironic in a letter that she was writing to someone. And I guess there's some validity to that. She may have been denying that even in her quote, but you don't just need to read that quote. Read Woman in the New Race. Read all of her other writings. She was an avowed eugenicist who viewed certain undesirable populations as being subhuman, and she wanted to eradicate them. And that included what she viewed to be lesser races, and that included people who had mental problems, who she suggested be snuffed out through abortion. All of that is undeniable. And the left obviously doesn't want to talk about it. Many people on the right don't want to talk about it. You know, fancy conservatives. Kanye West is willing to talk about it. Who's more conservative, Jeff Flake or Kanye West? Kanye. Kanye is. Kanye West is, even though he's got a lot of kooky things that he says, he's more conservative than, I would estimate, 70% of elected Republicans in the country. And he's willing to go out and use some cultural power, like another president that we have who happened to be a TV star and a cultural icon. Like going over and talking to Nick Cannon, another former TV star, another cultural figure, willing to engage on that level. That's a very conservative thing to do. And what's the alternative? What's the alternative? You know, we've been joking about all the conspiracy theories going around the internet. Trump was asked about this. They said, do you believe in these conspiracy theories? He said, what conspiracy theory? He goes, the theory is that there's a satanic group of pedophiles, cannibals, that are trying to destroy the country. I thought, like, well, satanic, let's see. The left is burning down churches. And pedophiles, I just saw a photo of Bill Clinton hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein getting a massage. And cannibals, I saw Reza Aslan eat human brains on CNN. Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah, is that a conspiracy theory? I can name all the people who were doing those things. I hope you enjoyed that short segment from the Michael Knowles Show. Be sure to check out the full episode linked in the description or download the podcast wherever you listen to podcasts.